Welcome back to Budget Bonsai, where we are continuing the Bonsai Workshop for beginners. I'll put a link in the description of this video for the playlist of all the videos for this workshop. During this video, we're going to continue to open up the bonsai tree and get a better look at the branch structure.
Wow, dramatic effect already. But now it's time for a personal preference. And my choice is I want to cover up some of these branches and see what the tree would look like. Just imagine if they weren't there. You can do the same. And for my preference, this branch, even though it's a large branch with a lot of foliage, it kind of grows at a downward angle and makes the composition difficult to flow smoothly. So I'm gonna take that one off. Hold your breath. There we go. How'd that turn out? Yeah, I think I like that. Now I was just imagining what this would look like if I performed a bonsai technique called Jin, where you leave a branch on a tree, but you take all of the limbs and leaves off the branch, skin all the bark off of it, and leave it as dead wood, as if it died sometime in the past and the tree just continued to grow around it. In its current position, not very effective, doesn't help my composition. But there's also a bonsai technique called wiring, in which you actually wrap wire around the branches and then you bend them into the shape that you'd like for them to be. And this particular species is very flexible. You have to use some care, some caution, but I could contort that thing and bend it into a real interesting piece of gin. So I may let this limb hang around just to decide later, which I encourage you to do. Today we can cut it off, but we can't put it back on. So we can think about it until tomorrow or next week, or until it just gets on our nerves and we want to do something else. But we're not forced to take more than we want to off of the tree today. I find most beginners are very apprehensive about over pruning. That's okay. What do you think about this little tree? I think this limb isn't offering much. I think it's gonna go. There's a nice limb, just wasn't growing the right way in the right place. So, yeah, we'll take this one away. There's a piece of downward growth. We missed him. Take some downward growth off of that little branch. Now this tree is beginning to tell a story. It looks kind of, here's the main trunk line. This limb is obviously longer. It looks like a windswept. A little bit of wiring and some training. We can have these branches more toward this direction that looks like just a continuous wind. Or maybe a sunlight is only coming through from this direction. The tree's telling us something with this style of growth. I like it. We'll leave this limb on there to decide about later, but I think this is going to be close to the final styling of this tree. And the final step is just to fine-tune the tree. Final styling. Go through and make sure we didn't miss any material that we wanted to remove in the first 4 steps. Comb out the branches and the needles. They've sometimes become compact the way that they're shipped. Just continuing to lather, rinse, and repeat. Remember, the negative space causes the drama. So we're creating this negative space to add to the aesthetics. Just for fun, let me demonstrate a piece of gin work on this tree. I left a very short, stubby little branch right here so I can show you what that might look like. You take a pair of pliers and just kind of squeeze. Don't break, but squeeze. Don't break the limb off. You're just squeezing so that that bark loosens up off of that little branch. And I'm going to take my concave cutters and kind of go to the base of the tree and ring around it, but I'm not going to cut it off. I'm just breaking the skin, so to speak. And I can peel that off. And it adds quite a flare right away because the bark is so dark and brown, and that little gin piece is very blonde. So you can imagine that little piece, if it were this piece bent up and around as if it were involved in a horrible hurricane, tsunami type scenario, kind of makes the tree very rad. That's gin, little bonus. A bonsai tree is never finished because it's a living piece of art. It's an organic piece of art. What is a limb today may not be a limb tomorrow. What is a low branch today may not be a low branch tomorrow. So it's going to go through life just like we do. It's going to mature and develop and evolve. Living art is the only type of art that the artist is able to develop a relationship with the medium.